Welcome to the module entitled Windows Security. In this module, we'll look at the technologies that further improve the safety and reliability of this operating system. The first function to further protect Windows users is the user account control, which was widely commented on, particularly during its premiere and for some time afterwards. Its operation is based on the assumption that we have two types of users: users with standard privileges and users with administrative privileges. These are users who either belong or don't belong to the computer's local administrators group. If a user launches any program or process, a personal access token for this user is attached to the program. This means that when logging onto the system, we receive a certain token that will identify us. It'll contain our security identifier plus a list of privileges that we have directly or through membership in various groups. Windows automatically attaches such a token to each program we run. How does the user account control function work? In newer versions, Windows automatically checks user tokens. If they're privileged, the system automatically creates for such a user an additional token which is invisible. This is a token that's devoid of administrative privileges. If the administrator logs onto the computer, he has two tokens: an administrative token, or AT, and a standard user access token, or SAT. An important note is that the process can only receive one of these tokens, either the AT token or the SAT token. The SAT token is attached to all processes by default. After receiving the token, the process cannot be changed in any way. This is due to the fact that some programs are closed and restarted when we request additional privileges. This was the case with Process Explorer. Such programs must receive a new token with additional privileges. For this mechanism to be somewhat functional, the designers of Windows assume that the program which requires additional privileges for actions will ask for such in the course of its action. The user will be able to decide whether to allow such a program to modify the user privileges for a work session, as well as the entire operating system. The principle of token inheritance always works. If we have a program running with the administrative token, the program activated by it will also receive this token. It's worth remembering, for example, before you run the command with an AT token. The SAT token will automatically be assigned to the processes run by the user if he belongs to the privileged groups. These are predefined groups. For example, groups created during the installation of the operating system. They are automatically given certain rights. One of the privileged groups is the administrators group. Another is the backup operators who may create and restore. They have access to data of other users. For the needs of creating a copy, we can read files and folders that we normally don't have access to. This clearly requires raising the privileges. Members of the Network Configuration Operators group may change system settings, including lowering the level of the security system. The Advanced User group is really an unused group, or at least shouldn't be used. This is a group created in order to ensure backward compatibility with certain programs that otherwise do not want to operate on the Windows environment. In addition, Windows checks to see if we have one of the 9 specific privileges. Each of these privileges may compromise security, so if we have it, it will be automatically withdrawn. SE Create Token privilege allows creating new tokens. This privilege must be disabled, because otherwise there will be a gap in the entire mechanism. A person who has the SE-TCP privilege may start system processes. These are processes which operate at a high level of confidence. SE take ownership privilege allows taking ownership of objects. SE load driver privilege allows installing drivers. These are processes running in kernel mode system. SE restore privilege restores the system's backup. SE impersonate privilege allows impersonating other users. We can launch processes acting as someone else. Thanks to the SE relabel privilege, we can change the levels of responsibilities. In this way, we can change the integrity and user account control mechanism. Any person who has the SE debug privilege may connect to other processes and debug or monitor their action. Also, the previously shown PW dump works this way.